of those first-round matchups featuring one of the teams in the SEC. We did not know if Missouri would find their way into the bracket about a month ago. They now are in the bracket. They will open up against Miami. Now you have to clarify which Miami, because there's a lot of talk about Miami, Ohio, and their season might end tonight, but they are take on the other Miami, the one from Florida. Do you think Missouri has enough to parlay this run here that they made at the end of the season to a win over the Hurricanes?
This one's honestly hard for me to say, because I do have a lot of faith in Missouri right now, and I think that's who I ended up actually choosing on my bracket. But this Miami team looks really dangerous, and I think they definitely have a chance to come out with the win. But I think ultimately I'm choosing Missouri in this one.
Missouri, so she's going Missouri in this one, sticking with the SEC. Patrick, your thoughts here on what Missouri is, because I feel like there was parts of the season where you just point at them and say, that's a top 5 team in the SEC. Maybe not in the country, but definitely in the league. And then there's times where you're like, what in the world is this?
It's so weird because they have some really good wins.
Right.
They beat Florida at home. They beat Vanderbilt. They beat Tennessee. And one of their biggest road wins was at Kentucky for the first time at Rupp Arena in program history.
Yeah.
The problem is, they're limping into the postseason because they lost the last 3 games of the regular season, and really was probably, I would assume that they were sweating it out on Sunday. 20-12 record this season. That should get you in the tournament in most years, this year being one of them. But they go, and Gerhard, you and I know this because we've been talking about these two pretty much the entire season. They go where Jaden Stone and Mark Mitchell take them. They average almost half of their points per game totals throughout this season. So if one or both of them have an off night, they really don't stand a chance at all.
There was a game, and I forgot which one it was, but there was a game where you literally called. You were like, hey, Jaden Stone's going to go for 30, and they're going to win the game.
I think
and
it was the Kentucky game.
It might have been the Kentucky game, exactly. But you're right. It feels like there's a formula for this team to win. On the backside of that, the team you're playing, in this case Miami, they have all the answers to the test. You limit these two, and you got a shot.
For sure. And this is where I find it hard to pick, because when you look at those wins that they've made, it's like they know how to get it done against the best teams in the country. But it's just like, if they don't figure it out with their 2 best players, it goes sideways very fast, and they don't get it done. So it's almost hard to bet on Missouri because of the outcomes we've seen throughout the season.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. They're a 10 seed playing a 7. If they were playing like a 2, 3, or 4, this fits right into their style all season.
Yes.
It's the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seeds that they have really struggled with this year, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of has me thinking twice about this one.
Yeah, you get a real test here with this team, and I do think that, though, if they can win this game, if they find a way to win this game, they could possibly build some momentum, win 2 games, and find themselves there in the Sweet 16. Coach Diz Gates is really respected by a lot of the coaches in the game. I know Bruce Pearl has a lot of respect for him, Nate Oates, and several others in and around the SEC. He talked about the selection.
No, and that's a good question, because during these times, you don't know what to expect. You can't read the media, and you guys have been in the post-game press conferences, and you've heard my thoughts and my perspective. The perspective I always have is there's no one that's publicly announcing right now on any platform from what the committee is thinking. I would have to think that these brackets were definitely in play for a long period of time, and it's like a steel vault, and they do a great job protecting the information. And, with the confidentiality and the respect of their positions. And ultimately, we find out when the rest of the world finds out. And that's the exciting part of March Madness, too. It's such a, sort of a gift to be able to have your name called. And you just don't know where you'll be, who you'll play against. And the fans alike, we're all excited about the opportunity, and that's what we look at the most. And we prepare for these moments in June when we first get our team together and start working on that team building.
KenPom is not the Bible. It's not sacred text. But I do want to give you the gap between these two teams as far as the advanced metrics go. As of right now, according to KenPom, I haven't done it for the other highly metric site, Miami right now is 31st in their net rating, plus 20. Missouri is all the way down at 52nd. Now, the point spread and the net rating aren't super wide. It just screams to me that the net is telling you that the advanced metrics are telling you that the Hurricanes are the better team.
Right. And I think when you look at this Hurricane team, it almost makes me think, I know we talk a lot on this show about like who could potentially be a Cinderella story. I feel like in a way they have that vibe because they are under a first-year head coach. They finished the season 25-8, winning 8 of their last final 11 games. I just feel like this could be a team that actually does go on a run. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they didn't have a single returner from last season. Like, this is an entirely new team.
Squad, yeah.
So, they kind of have that feel of being a team that could potentially go on a run.
And everything's fresh for Coach Lucas and company. He does have SEC ties there as well.
Yeah, he does. And he was a former recruiting coordinator at Kentucky. He had 3 signees in the top 20. Obviously played at Florida back in 07 and 08. Was all SEC all-freshman team, and this is his 12th year in coaching. He made 7 NCAA tournament appearances, but this is his first one as a head coach. And what he's been able to do there at Miami, it almost feels like they haven't skipped a beat ever since Jim Larinaga retired. One of those guys that didn't end up returning was Nigel Pack, and he came over to Oklahoma. And Pack was a big part in getting the Hurricanes to the Final Four. I think it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But if you are new to this team and you're trying to figure out who to pick, we've talked about Missouri a lot, but I don't think we really talked about Miami that much. Some of the strengths that they have are they're really good in the forward group there. Renault and Ernest Uday combined for about 26 points per game. They're really good at forcing turnovers over there at 12.7 per game. Missouri, they turn the ball over a lot, as we've seen. And this last one, I want you to hold on to this for a second. They get to the free throw line a ton, 22.4 free throw attempts per game. But the problem is they cannot convert them because they're 311th in free throw percentage.
Wow.
That is kind of bad. I mean, if you're doing that,
that's Syracuse levels.
I was okay. Thank God you brought it up because I was going to, and I didn't want. I knew you were already. This is a delicate space for you. After what happened at the World Baseball Classic and what happened at Syracuse this year, I knew you were in a delicate space. So I didn't want to hurt you there.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're that bad at scoring free throws, it's like every practice.
That's
get
you would
on
think.
The line.
Yeah. You would think 100, literally before you leave this gym, make 100 of them.
Make 100 of them, right? Like
you would think. That's the way to do
we
it.
did that in Little League.
Yeah.
Wait, is that what it's called?
Did you make 100? Did you make 100 in the mean streets of Memphis?
Yeah, back in elementary school when I was
elementary. There we go.
In the basketball league, like we were doing 100 free throw shots at the end of practice.
Mom, if you're watching this show, if you have any video of this,
the name was she will send it. Don't worry.
Yes,
our name was the Orange Crush, and we won the national championship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Respect. You should have brought those bona fides when you were talking basketball earlier.
Don't ask about the time that I accidentally scored on the wrong goal.
Oh, you own gold?
I own gold.
You know, it's exactly what we're talking about next. So we're going to break down our brackets and hear the rest of the story.